welcome to Good Vibe Goddess Tarot. So today we're doing, it's a 3-card reading pretty much, but um I have like many cards that pretty much clarify those 3 cards. But the 3 things we are looking at is like sun, moon, and star. So the sun is going to be what's being illuminated, what needs to be illuminated, what is being, brought to your attention. And the moon card is, something that's being suppressed, something that you don't know, is a period of uncertainty that's coming to an end. And the star card is pretty much new hope and a new like inner guidance. So the sun again is pretty much what's being illuminated, what's being changed, or what's being brought to light, why it needs to be brought to light. The moon card is your subconscious, like a period of uncertainty that is coming to an end. And then the star card is a new hope and inner guidance. So first I'm gonna do like the sun, see what's being illuminated, and then go all the sun cards, and then all the moon card, and then all the star cards, and be all equal and wrapped up and stuff like that. So first card we have here is golden ratio. We have beauty, nature, and patterns. Right, so what's being illuminated, what's being shined is either, a way that you're living your life, a pattern that you could be doing that either needs to, come to an end, or because it says beauty and nature and pattern. So it could be like, a design, beauty, art, music, nature, math, numbers, patterns. Whether going with the flow, a blessing, life unfolding naturally, and being in the present, like being in right now. So if you don't feel like you're going with the flow, that's what the light, the sun is shining a light on that, like the fact that you have a pattern of going against certain things, and it's time to look at that and see how that turns out for you. Do you end up hurting yourself, or you end up you know what do you find out every time you go against the current, or you just go with the flow and you find out some new things? It could be positive and it could be negative, but you know it's best to just let things happen and let things play out, rather than trying to force it and control it, because you just drain yourself and feel tired, and you don't find out what you need to find out, or you end up hurting yourself in the long run, rather than just letting it play out, and what needs to happen happens. Next we have authentic truth. Pretty much like I was saying before, like, are you constantly changing yourself, or have a pattern of changing yourself, or trying to manipulate yourself, rather than being your authentic self or speaking your authentic truth? And if you're doing that, it could be time to shine a light on that and stop doing that, and define, because it's 31 and then this is 4, and in numerology, we had numbers and we had math. 31 equals 3 and 1 4. You have to look at those patterns. Are you constantly putting your truth, or are you constantly speaking your truth, or you're letting somebody else manipulate it? Next we have soul family. Because reason why you need to live in your authentic truth and be true to who you are, because you have like a soul family, a soul tribe, and people that will automatically recognize you for like being true. But if they can't recognize or know who you are, if you're not being who authentic to yourself, being true to who you are, and being sharing your beauty, and because everyone is unique, and that's what makes them beautiful, right? Even though we have similar thoughts and ideas, it's still unique to us. And how, like art, in a way, like we can see a flower and we draw it like many different ways and see different perspectives of it. And that's, there's a beauty in that. That's our truth. We painted our truth. We painted what we see. We speak what we see. We like, and stuff like that. And there's some people that's going to be able to recognize that and connect with it and, resonate with you. And then that's why it's important to be true to who you are, and it's like be authentically you. And then we have joy. Also, just simply make you happy. Feel, and being who you want to be and being, open and vulnerable and being your true self and not caring what anybody else think or what anybody else is going to say. Because you're doing what you is happy for you and is bringing you joy. And it's not only bringing you joy, but it's also like helping other people. And like that's in the same boat as you in a way. And then we have sensitivity. Seeing that it says numbers, I feel like I should tell you the numbers. This is 436, and that reduced to 9, and 27, which reduced to 9 again. And 9 is all about like releasing, and 4s is all about like stability and structures. So you need, and then this is 6, and 6 is like reflecting. So you need to reflect on like what do you deem to be like stable, or like in the place that you're around right now, are you being true to yourself? Can you actually be vulnerable and open and share your feelings? And like with sensitivity, is basically you being vulnerable. Can you be vulnerable in the place where you are? Can you actually share your joy? And if you can't, and then you have a pattern or a history of that, it might be time to shine a light on it and realize that you can't. It's not your soul family. You can't resonate with these people. You can't connect with these people. Like, you might be able to talk to them and socialize with them, but you can't really, share your feelings or share your ideas or your creativity with them because they, don't get it. They might, try to make fun of it in a way, and it's just like you can simply find a group of people that wouldn't make fun of your like ideas and your feelings and your emotions and stuff like that. That has no problem with you living your authentic truth and being who you are. And then we have, see, transformation. Oh no, this is 19, which is 10, and 10 is an end of a cycle, and so been a new one to. It's the ending of a cycle, so a new one can begin, right? So you, like I just said, like you realize that some people that you simply can't, resonate with. You can socialize with them and talk to them, but you can't actually be your true authentic self. You can't talk to them about your emotions. You can't show them your creativity or tell them like new ideas or new projects that you want to like take a like action on it, like stuff like that, because they just joke about it and make you feel down. And it's just best to let that go and walk away and find a better place where you can actually be more stable and grounded and feel more secure in yourself. Oh, create a space. Look at that. Oh, and this is 11, and 11 is 2 when you ended it, and 2 is all about balance. And you feel more stable and balanced with inside yourself and your environment. I like how all this kind of sort of backed up. That's kind of cool. Hold on. Okay. Another thing with authentic truth, joy, sensitivity, transformation, and creative space, and then soul family, right? Pretty much like I was saying before. Um, those people that like will laugh at you and stuff like that. You're trying to find, like, if you're trying to welcome new people in, right? and there's no space for them, where can they go, right? You have to transform something. You have to let somebody go. That's why imagine it like an auditorium, right? And your life is on, like, you're on stage, right? And every seat is filled, but you want like joy to come in, and where people that you can be sensitive with to come in, but it's all filled with like some people that you can be sensitive with, is like open and vulnerable with, and they uplift you and stuff like that. But then there's other seats that's filled with people that don't really need to be there. You have to ask those people that don't need to be there, that don't uplift you, motivate you in any way, shape, or form, and it has a pattern of just simply like slowing you down or holding you back or saying negative things, and you know hurting your feelings. You gotta let them go, and so they can create, that creates space for new things to actually come in and replace them. Next card we have is Abundance, which is a green card. And the green is all about, the heart chakra, but green is also money. It can mean a lot of things, not just the heart chakra. Um, but also health, and the heart chakra, health, and like I said, the heart chakra, love, jealousy, and health, growth, life, and stuff like that. Trees is green. But the abundance card says, while this card is like decorative with coins, it's important to remember that abundance can come in many forms: love, friendships, career, and family, not just materialistic abundance or material, actual money. Um, this card asks you to recognize and celebrate the abundance that is in your life, along with the deep sense of gratitude that comes along with it. So, if you're going with the flow, and you're releasing some things, or you're finding out some things, and some people, like I was saying before, maybe you ask some people to leave, or some people just simply start, standing up and leaving. Be grateful. They're creating space for something better to come in, and where you can be, more in your truth, and speak, like, being, true to yourself, rather than having to be like a character or somebody that you're not, just you don't really want to be. And let's see if there's anything else. Because abundance, like they could, like they said before, it can mean like anything. You can have a lot of friends. You have abundance of friends. You have an abundance of family members. You have a whole bunch of family members. You can have like a whole bunch of business, but that, if there's no joy, and you're not being true to yourself, you're not happy in it. You don't really love it, so you're just doing it because it's giving you money, but you're not happy. You don't love it. It's not what you really want to do, and you have to realize that you do something that, because the sun is also about like abundance, and like your success and stuff like that. So it's like, do what makes you like happy, like, and like what, like, you feel like at peace. It's very blissful, and you're like very comforting and like happy. You don't feel like you're at work when you're doing it. It's happiness. It's peaceful. It's relaxing. It's comforting. It's smooth. It's not stressful and anxiety and too much going on. Like, it's easy. It flows. It just goes. And then, like, sometimes, money comes to a halt. You have a creative block and stuff like that. That's okay. You take the time out and, focus on something else, or do something else, try something else, rather than simply continue forcing and trying to make this one thing work, or try to fix or finish this one thing. It's not going to work that way. Next, we have forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. Because it sure does. And then you have to forgive yourself and forgive them. Forgive yourself for the mistakes that you did not know at the time that you needed to know them. Forgive yourself for not knowing what you needed to know. Okay? And forgive that person for whatever they did. Life would be so much easier. And then you create a space for something better, to come in. You was grateful for the lessons that you learned, you forgive them, but you learned those lessons and you let it go. And that create a space for something, like I said before, for something better to come in, that actually where it be more true to yourself. And now you know what you're looking for, and you feel more happy and light. You feel like you allow something in. You're allowing something to come in that you might actually resonate with, and it might lead to something more pros- prosperous than the situation that you was coming out of. Next we have a worry. I learned that worry doesn't change the outcome. Like I said, it does nothing but keep the things there. You could have like a pattern of like worrying about something, or like worrying, like if it's like, just go with the flow. Just forgive yourself for the things that you did not know at the time. Forgive yourself for not knowing that you needed to know it, and forgive them for whatever they did, and like move on. Like be happy and be grateful that you learned those lessons. You learned it when you learned it at a time where it didn't cause as much damage as it could. Okay, it could, then. And like I said before, like if it's all stressful and worry, and you have a lot of worry and stuff like that, just let it go. It's easy to let it go, and things start getting less. You stop worrying and start being less stressful and stuff like that. You just walk away from those people that you can't like be honest with and like speak your truth with. You just won't simply tell them certain things. Rather than worrying about it, overthinking it, you just forgive them for not being, as open-minded or understanding as you thought they was. And you forgive yourself for thinking that they would be able to understand it and grasp it. And, but you don't worry about it and stress out, because it's just like, they who they are, you who you are, and it's just best to, be on your own way. Next we have isolation. So like it could be lonely, not being able to speak your authentic truth and be true to who you are. Could be feeling left out in the cold. But it's beauty in being unique and being different. And there's gonna be a group of people that is just as weird or unique as you, and accept you for who you truly are. And y'all have many laughs and fun things, and you won't be as worried and stressed out. And then we have workaholic. Oh, and then this is two blue cards, which is blue is the throat chakra. It's about speaking your truth, expressing your truth, and being able to be vulnerable and open, and so express, being able to be sensitive. You might, right now you might, like I was saying before, you might feel like you can't do that, but continue to work on finding those people where you can, and releasing who you can't. And it's important to release who you can't, and forgive them, and forgive yourself, okay, as well. You start to see the beauty in life and things, in the abundance and joy, and realize that it's not just about materialistic things. And and the pentacle is a lot. In the pentacle, it's time, money, um worth, material stuff, lessons, and your lessons you take throughout life is time. It's passed down like over time. And then sometimes, verbal history, that's a pentacle. That's like a knowledge, or that was passed down over time, and it's a very important piece of knowledge that's passed down over time. Next card, gratitude. And that's when you have the abundance here for it, to remember to be grateful. And this is a purple card, which is your third eye. And like I was saying before, forgiving the people that hurt you, and also forgiving yourself, and then being grateful for learning those lessons, and you know getting out of it, as like it might have hurt, right? But it didn't break you, it didn't knock you, it didn't knock, like it knocked you down. But you could have to, you got up, it's, I don't know, like, is, like, you didn't let it knock you down completely, break. But this workaholic here, you working on finding, like, being in your, like, expressing your authentic truth and finding those places where you belong, and that's important and that's good. That's what you're pretty much supposed to do. So now we're gonna go into the moon card. What is, a period of uncertainty or something that you're uncertain about that is coming to an end. Here we have the Kabbalah, the tree of life, integration, life lessons, but it's not just talking about lessons and saying like that's the pentacle. Funny enough, the page of pentacles, he holds the pentacles and he's a student card. He learns lessons and then be able to pass them on later on and apply them in his life. But yeah, we have nope, not even gonna try. Here you go. Like, and I have a tarot deck that has the same thing, the tree of life and stuff like that, and it's talking about the path and the lessons you're supposed to learn. Like up here, like all the aces is up here, right? And each one has a meaning. Like it's understanding, and then there's knowledge, there's beauty, there's beauty, there's knowledge, there's understanding. I know 10 is foundation. 7, damn it. Like each one has a thing, and then each, like, all the 2s add up to like one part on of the tree, and then all the 3s add up to another part and stuff like that. It's just different parts of it, and it all has a major arcana that it's supposed to go with. And then some of the major arcanas, because it's 21, but there's like 10 spots, circles, but some is in between there and stuff like that. So funny enough, 31, 32. Patterns, signs, synchronicities, math. 4, 5. Look at that. Increasing. Another meaning for this card is cause and effect, consequences. Like I said before, improvements, results, learning from your lessons, and progress. Because, like the Fool, like, he has to go through each and every step on, the Fool's journey, and he learns something along each way. Each major arcana is in there because it's a lesson that you have to learn, and it's a part of your soul's growth, and it's something that needs that you pass down later on. And well, the tree 10 is down here, which is like foundation, which is pretty much like the fruit of like whatever when you finish everything, like, pretty much. And then there's like a yin and a yang sign, there's a feminine side, there's a male side. So like there's like the external side, there's an internal side, like the yin and yang. Like there's a male side, there's a female side, and females is all internal, nurturing, and stuff like that. Where the male side is more action oriented and external. Then we have nurture. Like I was talking about, like you could be like on the female side right now. Oh, it was my book that fell, and it was the book that I had it written in. Okay. So let me tell you about this little tree of life here. So it's the crown, right? And then this is, so all the aces is pretty much up here, right? And then the Fool is right here. Then we have understanding. And then we go over here, which is pretty much supposed to represent the Emperor, right? And then wisdom, JK, wisdom, which is the Emperor. Then over here we have understanding, which is the Empress, right? And in the middle is 6, which is supposed to represent beauty. this little circle right here is supposed to represent knowledge, which is in between, understanding and wisdom and your crown. Because, and then there's like three triangles within this situation. I'll tell you real fast. And then we have over here with 5, we have serenity, and then 4 is mercy. 8, it flips. 8 is glory and honor. 9, nope, that's 6. 9 is foundation, and then 10 is like kingdom, right? And then 7 is wisdom. And this side is the male side, is the fire side, and this side is the water side, the sensitive side. And in the middle is all about mindfulness. And then at the top, is all spiritual. And then it's like a break and a divide, which they call as an abyss. And then like right here, the other triangle is, being able to, it's like the hermit pretty much, like where like being able to be in the spiritual and in, the 3D, being able to balance it out. And then the last part is just earthly and materialistic and stuff like that. Right? So you have to nurture each side. It's important to learn each lesson that you're supposed to learn to help us. It's important for our process in our life and our soul and stuff like that. And it's you learn more than, just being in the classroom and getting a degree and think it's done. Another 5 card. 23. 32. Mirroring, reflecting. You can't just be, I'm a female, right? But I still have masculine, energy inside me. We have to balance that and nurture that, acknowledge that. You can be a male, but you have feelings. Okay? Like, it's alright to have feelings. It's not that bad. Okay? It's fine. Everyone has feelings. Like, then we have divine feminine, and that's nurturing, being sensitive, being open, being vulnerable, being able to speak your be your authentic truth. Speak, the divine feminine is the empress, right? And the empress gotta learn all 4 queens, okay? Like, it's not just boom, she the empress. Like, no, she have to learn all 4 queens, and all 4 queens have like a lesson that they need to learn and be able to, do and acquire, right? Oh, and also each suit, like all the aces will go here, like I said before. Like, yeah, I said that already. And like, yeah. So with the divine feminine, right, the empress, she had to learn the qualities of the queen of cups, right? Who can give and receive love with no problem. She's very intuitive and creative, and very loving and caring and nurturing, right? Now the queen of pentacles, she is very abundant, financially stable, financially financially, independent, and she can like boss business owner. She can run her own business. She's very soul nurturing. She can care for herself and care for her child or whatever, right? Wifey material. And then there's the queen of swords. Speak their truth, act on their truth, have very good morals, act on their morals, have a good sense of law and justice, very fair, smart, intelligent, and stuff like that. Now the Queen of Wands, very attractive, very beautiful. She says she's gonna do something, she's do it, right? And that's all the Empress is. All qualities of the Empress. It's very a balanced Empress. A balanced Empress. That's the quality of a balanced Empress, right? Now, a distorted Empress or an unbalanced Empress, right, is very money oriented, money minded, very superficial, don't really have good morals, very impulsive, never know what they're gonna do, very self absorbed, can't really empathize with anybody and anything like that, you know. But with the sun card over, well, sun over here is looking like you're trying to find those, meaningful connections with people that you can actually be your true authentic self with. The Queen of Cups, they give you love, you can give love back. But then another lesson for the Queen of Cups that she had to learn is that, you can't always, if you can give out love, right? And love people. But if you're not getting love back, you're gonna, drain yourself dry and burn yourself out. If you're not filling yourself back up, you have to take care of yourself as well. It's very important to be able to give yourself the same amount of love that you're giving out, right? And the Queen of Pentacles, like some people just want to be around her, because she financially stable and just want to take money from her. She have to know and realize that she just can't give her money all willy nilly to people. And the or like some people might count you out and feel like, wasn't really your friend. Sorry, what song that popped in my head? You really wasn't fucking with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now. She had to learn those lessons. Okay? Like like, I don't know why, but just literally that part, like, you wasn't fucking with me way back then, but how about now? Cause I'm up right now. And you stuck right now. Like, like you gotta leave some people where they at. Like, and that was the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Swords. They say she's very cold and detached because she's not gonna do any, she's not taking action on something that doesn't make sense to her. Just gonna leave her in a mental mind trap. It just make her like all worried and anxious, and it's risky. She's not gonna do that. You have to start realizing that, you can't allow certain people around you because their thoughts at some point in time will rub off on you, and you start absorbing that, and that get into your head, and cause you to start overthinking. It's best to just cut people out and deal with deal with forgive them and let them go about their business. And the Queen of Wands, you have to realize it can't just be all superficial and you withholding the truth and pretending to put on like characters and facades and omitting the truth and being like I said, like a character or an actor in your own life. People won't like you for you. They will just like you for the stuff, or the image that you're having, rather than you like truly. Right? And then we have Let It Go. So, right, you're finding out the true like divine feminines, or the true like people that you want to be around, that has the qualities that you want to be around, of like the Empress energies, like I just said. And then also named the distorted Empress and stuff like that. And did I feel like I did. If I didn't, like a distort, like upright, the Empress, she's very abundant. Like she all four queens, very abundant, very attractive, very beautiful. She doesn't do much like energy, like things like she don't need anything or want. Well, she might want some things, but she don't need anything or anyone because she can do it herself. And while the distorted divine feminine Empress is very jealous and envious and manipulative, and very self-absorbed, and let those people go and realize it makes no sense to have those people around you. It's like I said, like I said with the Queen of Swords, she will cut those people out because there's like those energies and everything that they say start to like rub off on you. Like you, if you're around it all the time, you know, it gets into your head and like make you worry. Once you want to like start working on something, you is there, you know, that little inside critic, you know, it could be either be your idea or be somebody else's idea that you need to let go and just simply let that person go altogether, and you know, forgive them and let it go. And you know, be, you know, have empathy for the fact that, you know, some people are not as open to being their true self as maybe you are, and or they're not as ready as you are to live in their true authentic self, and then, you know, sometimes they may never be ready. And like, it is what it is, but don't try to stop yourself, or you know, don't live in your authentic truth because of somebody else. And then we have whispers. Right, your soul whispers, or your intuition whispers, your soul whisper, your ego shouts. So if it's very loud and aggressive, that is not spirit, that is your ego. And that's another lesson you need to be able to decipher from, to tell your ego from your intuition. And you know, the empress have to be able to do that. Oh, numbers. We have 23, which is 5, 31, which is 4, 18, 9, and 3. Well, 12, which is 3. And 5 is temporary and all about like change and transformations. So I have that here. So something that's like what you're changing and transforming. And 4 is what you need to like, you know, make more stable, or like be more grounded in, or like secure in. And 9, like I said before, is like what you're releasing and letting go. And 3 is collaborating, teamwork and stuff like that. So it's like you need to probably change who you collaborating and working with and let some people go, like we had over here. And then we have caution, which is a yellow card, I believe. And yellow is, you know, the sun card, your solar plexus, your all about action and success. And another card that's red with it is creativity, which is a purple card. Um, didn't I say something about like blocking your emotional creative block? You know, could be either you like create like blocking your own creativity, letting other people's thoughts like and concerns worry you, and like what they care, or do like what they care, which you too busy worried about what somebody care or what they would think or what they're gonna say, and that's stopping you from actually creating or doing something that you want to create. And you need to learn the lesson that it doesn't matter what anybody is gonna say about you, they're gonna talk regardless, so give them something to talk about. Sometimes some people will talk about the good things that you did, and there's some people that's just gonna focus on the negative things that you do. But if you do nothing negative, okay, nothing negative, sometimes they might shut up. Or they might try to, you know, dwell on that one time you did something wrong, and then you could simply realize it's best to let that person go and close the door on that. um but let's see what we have here. Caution. This card is a signal not to rush things. It asks you to slow down and listen to your inner voice. It also, if something doesn't feel right about the situation that you're in, ask the question, honor your intuition, and proceed with care. And then creativity, it says we all have the capacity to create and express ourselves. Do not shy away from emerging in a creative act and pursuit. When you are feeling inspired, it's important to embrace that magic, spark, and excitement, and enjoy the creative process. So, if there's people that's in here blocking your creativity, and not supporting you in certain things, you just in your work and stuff like that. Because then we have and workaholic. You can still see it. We have art pieces here, right? If they're not helping you creativity, what? If they're not helping you creatively, there we go. Huh. Doing nothing but causing you to stumble and slow down and stutter and be distracted, you let them go. Because, it's not allowing, because they're, being too aggressive and not allowing your creativity to flow correctly, and, to, shine the light and come through the way that it needs to come through. And you're not nourishing your creativity the way that needs to be nourished, and, to lead you to where you need to go and stuff like that. Next, we have self love. You realize that love of self is necessary to love others, which is one of the things the Queen of Cups learns. See? It all comes back. It makes sense. It all. Like, sometimes it all makes sense. Like, and then we have service. I feel good when I help others. Right? And, it's great helping others. Don't get me wrong. Okay? Big fan over here of, helping others, and, but you have to realize there, some people that don't know when it's time to stop taking. So you have to learn when it's time to stop giving. And that's why we have let go here. You have to know when it's time to let go and no longer give to that person, because they will drain you dry. Emotionally, physically, creatively, mentally, physically, all of it. Like, it's just, you will be drained, okay? Being with or dealing with certain people that you're not supposed to be dealing with, or like trying to fit in for things that you're not supposed to fit in. And, you know, your soul, or not your soul, but yeah, your soul and your intuition is, it's gonna tell you, it's gonna be that little voice that that you can't stop shaking, or that little feeling that won't go away. It's that trying to show you, like, hey, pay attention, be cautious. Like, there's something that you need to let go here. Something. There's a that smelly smell that smells smelly. Okay, like, pay attention. See what I said? Trickery. There's a smelly smell that smells smelly. Like, you have to, like, your intuition is like, it can't yell it at you, be like, hey, pay attention over here. Like, no, it's gonna simply be like, something isn't right, right? And it's up to you to stand wise up, pay attention, be like, what, like, something definitely isn't right here. For one, why the hell do a dragon need an acorn? A smelly smell that smells smelly. Why that dragon has an acorn? That's weird. Very suspicious. Okay? Like, he clearly had to steal that acorn from somebody else. So it's just like, you can't give away something that don't belong to you. Hey, how you gonna give something away that's not yours to give? Hmm? 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 There's some people that it simply will take from you to give to somebody else, and then won't say that they got it from you, and they're trying to make it seem like they did it all on their own, when it's just like, you can forgive them, let it go, okay? Because Spirit's gonna bless you in another way, okay? And that person, you've let them go and realize that you can't build with that person. They're nothing but a trickster. They just take your money, and, or they try to come in when you up, but then wasn't really messing with you when you weren't up, or when you weren't, like, abundant and stuff like that. But now that you have something to your name and stuff like that, they care for you and they like you and they want to be around you. Like, no. Like, you'd rather have an empty basket than have, like, a cup full of, like, or a basket full of, lies and, negativity. What I said, wisdom. You'd rather have an empty basket, right? Than have this acorn that was stolen. Because then you're going to get in trouble. Right? Funny enough, it's a green card. And then, oh, that was over here, and I was talking about green. I was like, wasn't I talking about green somewhere? And about the health and, love and jealousy and envy. Like, you realize that you best to let these people go. Like, because it is best to have nothing there, so something better to can replace it rather than have this fake false, and like it's better. Trust and believe is better. Okay, like it's just better. it's it's better. Like, imagine you go to a restaurant and you like cheeseburgers and fries, right? And that's what you told them, right? You want cheeseburgers and fries, and they came and brought you seafood, right? You might like seafood, but that's not what, like, let's say you're allergic to seafood in this instance, okay? I don't care if you like it. Imagine you're allergic to it, right? You can't eat that. Are you just going to continue to let it there be on your table? Or are you going to simply tell them, like, this is not what I ordered. Can you please take it back? I ordered, this, and the third. Okay? Because if you eat it, you might die. Okay? Like, so you realize it's just best to just simply send it back to like to get what you actually asked for, or allow something better to come in, not something that's just deadly that you're allergic to. And then we have destiny, and then we have it with the tree of life. Look at that. There's some things and some lessons that you need to learn in order to grow and move on and move forward. And there's some tricks, that might happen along the way. And it, some people might learn through tricks and be like, all right, I never want to do that again and go through that again. And there's some people that be able to, see other people go through something and be like, I don't want to go through that. Like, I don't want to go through that. And they, end up going through something either similar to it, but not as drastic as, like, let's say that person. Oh, but they know how to handle it and how to deal with it because they saw somebody else go through it. Like we had like I was saying over here with the Page of Pentacles, it's a student. Like, they take stock in things, like they keep a whole a whole bunch of notes and stuff like that, and to be able to gain a little bit of wisdom through either knowledge or verbal or like visual, like reading verbal or like visual, to decide what they want to choose and make the life that they want, like, in a way, rather than being tricked into a situation that they don't really want to be in. And then we have acceptance, which is a red card, which is all your root chakra. The gray card is your crown chakra. And in this card we have like a bird, and birds supposed to be, messengers from spirit and the divine. They trying to help you, give you that bit of knowledge and wisdom to decipher through the trickery, so you don't have to, get hurt as much, or go through certain things in life that could have been avoided. They're trying to help you. You have to, accept their help in order for, them to be able to help you, and then shine a light on what needs to be shined a light on and illuminated, right? Because they are there trying to help you, and to let go of this, trickery. But so simply ask them for help and they will help you. But whoever they let go, or say let them go, leave them alone, no longer socialize with them, it might hurt, but just do it. Like life starts to get better over time. It feel less stressful, and you feel more, you won't feel as stuck or stagnant, or that, that feeling that you can't, like that voice that you can't, that won't go away, or that feeling that won't go away. It starts going away once you let, those people that's no longer around you or stopping you or slowing you down goes away. It's all part of the lessons that you have to learn. Listen to your intuition, and trust your gut feelings and stuff like that. So hold on, I gotta figure out a place to put the star. Okay. So the star card is supposed to be, new hopes, inner guidance. The card we have here is Earth, Survival, adaptability, and reliability. Hold on. That's a 10 card. I, just, I was listening to the song that was playing in my headphone. My bad. And, like I was saying before with the 4 card, it's all about, being stable and grounded and secure in yourself. Just for you being able to survive and be able to, move on through something and know, like, trust yourself and know that you know what's best for you. Know what you actually like and what's brings you happiness and joy. And then we have light being. Which, funny enough, this is like the Mr. Martians deck. So, could be feel like, like we have the isolation here. Feel like you're, you know, alone or like feeling, you know, unseen and stuff like that. But there's gonna be a group of people that do see you and connect with you. Might not be like very close to you, but there's a group of people that you're gonna meet later on in life that will like you, connect with you for who you are, truly and authentically. So there's no need to conform yourself for anybody or anybody else. The song that's playing right now, which is why like it was ironic, was Little Duval, I'm living my best life. Like, you're not going back and forth with nobody. And remember what I had over here? Like, they ain't fuck with you when you was down, but how about now? Cause you up right now, okay? And they stuck. Like, you're not going back and forth with them, right? Oh, I didn't even realize this basket's not even empty. You have more acorns in it, like acorns in this basket, not acorn, acorns in this basket. So you don't need this like this one little acorn that they're giving you. Like, you'd rather have like little acorns, right? That actually nourish you and brings you up and uplift you, make you laugh, fill you with joy and stuff like that, than having this one person, like this one giant acorn that gives you nothing but negative energy, brings you down. Like, you're not doing it. It's over it. You're done. You're letting it go. And this is a 35 card. 35 is 8. 8 is movements. Also karma. Tree of life. You have karmic lessons. There's some lessons that you need to learn in order to move on and move forward. And if you don't learn those lessons, that's where you have judgment. Judgment is to make sure you learn those lessons. And if you don't learn those lessons, by the time you get to the world card, okay, if you don't learn those lessons, the cycle cannot end. So a new one can start over. So you get slapped back to the full. And you have to learn, go through the process all over again. And then you hit judgment again, okay? Are you going to make the right choice this time? To like go into a new, cycle, start something else, something better, something like prosperous, happier, uplifting. And then we have soul tree, right? Are you going to stay on, the lower branches, or are you going to continue growing and going to that next level? Because the higher, funny enough, we have trees, earth. Look at you. You feel more stable and grounded in your environment and in yourself. Like, everyone has masculine and feminine in them. It's okay to have feelings. It's okay to, if you're angry, it's fine to be angry, but realize why you're angry. Address that. Like, you need to address your anger so you don't, go take your anger out on everybody else, because certain people just ain't gonna deal with that and don't want to be around you. So you have to. That was like, it's like a plant. You have to water yourself. Look around the people that you're around. Who's nurturing you? Who's uplifting you and feeling like if they're not uplifting you, watering you and stuff like that, you're not gonna be able to grow into this big strong tree. And then you also have to be able to water yourself. Know when you need love and care and support. Where you need to be alone and like take time for yourself. And like I was saying before, knowing that it's important for you to take actions on those gut feelings that you have, and to pay attention to those, and like keep your wits about you. Like if you don't see it right away, what we have here with the like, it might come to you as a message. You don't see it right away, right? But you're cautious of it. Like something isn't right, you know, and that somebody is trying to trick you and stuff like that, and you either you know, start realizing that it's just best to walk away and, you know, no need to deal with it. Let them think that they're tricking you while meanwhile you're getting away. Right? And then this is 21, which is 3. Next we have insight. That's why, like, I don't know why, but his head, I know it's like a galaxy, but your crown chakra, it gives you insight and it whispers it to you. It's not going to yell it to you. It's going to tell you multiple times, but it's going to whisper it multiple times until it can no longer be ignored, and um until you get it. You have that insight, you have that sense of clarity, and then you act on it. But it's up to you to figure it out and decide, like, decode the messages and gain that insight, or look for those answers. Pretty much, like, I can, like, the videos, like trail videos, is not supposed to give you answers. It's pretty much confirming things that you already know. And then there's like some things that you might not know, and then but you have, like, an inkling of or suspicion of, and it shines a light on it. It gives you like more insight on what you were expecting or thinking was happening, and be like, okay, this is what's actually happening, this is what you think is happening, and stuff like that. There's different ways, but it's always confirming what you already know, or what you already suspected, or what you're already thinking. Pretty much, it's not just random off the wall. But if it is, that just simply means that it's not for you. Just don't take it. Just leave it. Or it might not be for you right now, or it might be something that you already came out of, like you already past situation, or something that you went through, but it's not what you're going through right now. That's fine. That's okay. You resonated with it. You were able to, connect with it, understand it, empathize with the people that's going through the same thing. Insight. And then we have soul meeting. And then you can have soulmates in your family. You can have romantic soulmates, platonic soulmates. There's different types of soulmates. Pretty much like your soul family. They're here to teach you a lesson. Some lessons are good, some lessons are bad. But either way, you need to learn those lessons, because it helps you grow. And if you don't learn them, those lessons that you don't learn is doomed to repeat. And then you just be stuck on the same level repeatedly over and over again. That's why in the Magician card there is an infinity sign. It's karma, a karmic loop. What another card that has infinity sign? The Two of Pentacles, going back and forth in your head on a loop, not knowing which to choose, and just going back and forth, and it's on a loop, a karmic loop, over and over again until you learn the lessons or make a decision. Then we have consciousness, which is a white card, and white is the absence of all colors. It's supposed to be calming, purity, and time to reflect, having empathy, caution. Whoa, not caution. Consciousness is our ability to feel and sense what is around us and within us, and to tap into the deeper universal connection. Allow yourself to go beyond yourself and your ego. Tune into this consciousness deeply as you move forward on your journey. Right? So some things, some insights, some ideas that need to be brought to the forefront. There's some things that you already know, but you're trying to tell yourself that you don't know, or trying to push it off as something that is not trying to label it as something that is not, when it's like, no, you need to like acknowledge the truth to be able to let it go and move on and see it clearly and let it go and move on, to allow something better to come in. Like, because in the star card, in the actual tarot like card, right, the star comes after the tower. The tower is, it's unsuspected. Like, what? It's sudden change and it's unexpected. And, the foundation comes crumbling down. People jumping out. It's like a divine intervention, for something, better to come in. And in the star card, they're naked and they're vulnerable because their authentic self. They're being open and true to the universe and to themselves, and to make this wish and to for better to come in. And the star card could also be a delay as well. So you could wish all you want, but if you're not changing things in order and releasing what needs to be released, you can wish all you want. There's no place for it to go. Like I was saying, like in the auditorium, some people have to leave for more people to come in and sit down. Okay? Gotta ask those people that you don't want there to leave. Okay? So those people that you do want to come in can have a place to sit. And then we have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. So, see, white is the absence of all colors. You're doing it fairly. You're trying to balance your life fairly and justly. You're not trying to play favoritism or be like, oh, I'm keeping this person in because they're family. No, you don't care. If they're not motivate you, it doesn't matter. Friend, family, no nothing. You're going. Okay? You're not allowing them to know certain things or get as close to, get in your head to slow you down in any way, shape, or form. And then we have abundance. Again, look at that. I am an unlimited being, and I can manifest whatever I desire into this physical reality, which is what the star card pretty much is about. You ever paid attention to the star card? She's taking it's a jug, right? She's dipping it in the water, right? Right? And then she has a different jug in a different hand, and that jug is pouring out water, okay? You're taking your manifestations, your thoughts, the aces, all the aces, and you're making it into a reality. You're making your thoughts, a dream, into reality. You're making your dreams like a non-physical thing, something that you can't touch. You're making it like physical, being like you're bringing it down to the 3D and being able to touch it. And you're not letting anybody stop you or slow you down or get into you or get in your way or anything like that. And then we have past. Through the power of love, you release any stagnating. That's another thing with 4 means. My bad. Stagnation. Stagnant energy situation in order to transform your heart center. But you have to release the stagnant energy to be more stable and grounded and secure. So, but 4 can also means like stagnation, things being at a halt, and it's time, to change that and let it go. That's why the 9s kept coming up. Oh, this is a 7. 7 is all about like self. So you need to reflect on yourself, like self-reflecting what you need to let go, and what you need, to. Because your external world is a reflection of your internal world, pretty much. So if everything is like chaotic on the outside, it's because things are chaotic in your inside, like your mind and your brain and stuff like that. Next, we have joy, which is a yellow card, and it's your solar plexus and things that you take action on. So like I was saying before, like you start to release this stagnant energy, you feel more stable and grounded in yourself, and you feel more like happier and lighter, because you're not letting like people bother you or be able to bother you or get too close to you to mess up a project that you're working on. You're keeping it like to yourself or keeping it secret that they don't even have the time to mess it up or manipulate it or like stop you. And then we have guilt. Because you see here, like she's chained up, and then this person in the bed. And then this person in the back, right? They're drinking and stuff like that. Did I say vinegar? No, it says vodka. Okay, I know. I was like, what? But they're drinking, right? And you here with the like a halo being all like, being authentic and being true to you. And they're trying to come and like slow you down and keep you chained and stuck on do what they want you to be stuck on. You're not doing that anymore. You might let them think like, they got you stuck and, trapped, and but you're not really. You're working on what you need to work on, and the time where you need to work on it, probably when they passed out. Like, you're not letting anybody else dictate what's best for you anymore. You're not letting anybody keep you stuck. Because orange is your chakra, and that's how you feel about yourself. You're not allowing other people to make you feel guilty or ashamed for, what you actually like anymore. Because you're not the only person that like it. There's other people that likes it as well. And if you're not hurting anybody, then why does it matter? And you know, because if you're not hurting anybody, why does it matter what you're doing? Why does it bother them? You start to move with caution and realize that you can't, always tell your ideas to certain people, or say what you're doing to certain people, because they might try to, make you feel guilty and or ashamed for liking it. I mean, it's just like there's other people that like it as well. If it wasn't, then it wouldn't have been a thing. And the last card is prayer. And there's a yellow card, and I already explained yellow. We can pray for, like I said before, if you don't know who's trying to trick you or who's trying to slow you down or keep you stuck, pray. Ask for spirit to help you. But if they start letting people go and they start disappearing, okay, know that it's for the best, okay? For you to have abundance. So better to come into your life. For things to come to a balance in your life. Things have to be able to let go and release so you don't get stuck in a loop. Okay? And it goes, because affinity goes on forever. Like, it will go on and on and on. Like, somebody got to put it to an end. Like I said before, like, some people don't know when to stop taking. So you need to know when to stop giving. And if that's like, pray for that too. Ask, spirit to help you to know when it's time to stop giving to certain people and to cut off certain people and to help you cut off certain people. But yeah, that's all that I'm seeing for this reading. If you feel like this reading resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Bye.